Hi, I'm Renee.
I am Randi.
And I'm Courtney.
We attend Bennett College. So our topic right now is going to be how we feel on white and black crime. So, as African American women, we don't know why white people go free for killing a black person. So, as all of you guys are aware of the George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin case, Courtney, what do you feel about that?
That really had me in my feelings. When I first heard about it, I was getting ready for school, and my mom, she had told me about it. Of course, first thing I did was dropped everything I was doing and ran into the living room. And, ever since then, my first thought is, why would you mess with a 17-year-old in a hoodie? I mean, he wasn't even bothering him. All George Zimmerman was a wannabe cop trying to, I guess you could say, almost stalking Trayvon, because Zimmerman did ask, what are you doing here? And Trayvon's like, why are you following me? And all that. And then all of a sudden it just narrows down to Zimmerman shooting Trayvon for no apparent reason in the world. And that really did have me in my feelings. And then the verdict on top of that disappointed me. I cried.
Randi, what's your thoughts on it?
Honestly, stuff like this is why I want to become a lawyer. So I feel like with the fact that it's like, oh, he was a watchman, they have to stand their ground. Things like they kind of use that as an excuse to pad the case and kind of overlook the facts that this was an innocent person. And with the stand your ground rule, it's only if you're threatened. He wasn't threatened, so that is kind of my thing with it. That, and he was an African American male, mm-hmm. So they kind of use this oh yeah, you could determine that as a threat. No, he lived in the neighborhood first of all, mm-hmm. And it's cases like this that kind of set off, I feel just an awakening of, the American justice system in a way, because after that we started hearing more and more cases like Mike Brown, Freddie Gray,
Tamir Rice.
Yep.
And then if you go way back into 1955, you got Emmett Till.
So yes, we don't know, why white people will go free. If it was a black person,
the first instinct would be either death sentence or life in jail, but mainly it would be death sentence.
Exactly. We will never understand why white people do what they do, I guess, because they think that they're better than us. But they're not better than us.
The only person that's the main perfect person in this whole entire world is God. And that's the only person that's perfect. So all the white people need to stop trying to think that us black men and women are bad people. We're not bad people. If you get to know us before you point a gun out on us or put us in jail for no apparent reason, sit down and talk to us. Actually know how we feel, how we think, and all this before you judge us or try to shoot us down. Because like people are saying, no justice, no peace, hands up, don't shoot.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But no parent should have to bear their own kid at a young age. I mean, you had Emmett Till, you had Trayvon Martin, you have other people like this boy from North Carolina that had their whole lives in front of them, all over, either people bullying them or, people want to fake being a cop.
Or somebody, claiming cops. That a 14-year-old boy, take Emmett Till for instance, saying that he wolf whistled at Carol Bryant. What would a 14-year-old boy want with a 21-year-old woman? I mean, come on now. He had a speech problem.
And let's not forget about, the incident with the boys playing loud music in the car, and they died on that.
Jordan Davis.
Mm-hmm. So, to me, everyone who has a vehicle, it's your car. You can play music loudly if you want to.
Yeah.
It's a free country. You can do as you please.
Yes. It was not necessary for you to kill them over music. It was stupid. But in this society, apparently, the rule, the court, the law doesn't apply to white people. Mm. It applies to black people. We're not in slavery. Come on now. Our ancestors worked really hard to get us where we are. And I think if they were alive today, they'd be really disappointed of how far we come. Martin Luther King would definitely be very disappointed.
Yeah.
Yes, some things are wrong, but yes, some things don't need to go to a extent where you shoot somebody's kid. And then you got enough to go to court and say, you know what, I don't feel like, I don't regret that I did it.
Exactly.
Yes, you should regret you did it because that's, you live with that at the end of the day, that's you. But
and then on top of that, you're going to go on Facebook or Twitter or something like that, going bragging like, "Oh, I killed so and so," like George Zimmerman did about Trayvon Martin. I was reading that a few days ago, and I was like, "Is this guy really thinking about what he's doing?" No, on top of that, he didn't care at all. Trayvon's family still hasn't gotten the justice that they deserve, and that's why I'm studying political science to become a lawyer and try to make sure prevent things from this happening again. Make sure us as African Americans, as everybody, get the justice that they deserve. I'm like, nobody should have to bury their son. That's all.
Or daughter.
Yeah, or daughter.
But let's not also forget about
Sandra Bland.
That too.
Oh yeah, that scared me.
Very, that did too.
Because everyone was like, "Oh, you're black women, you'll be fine." But after Sandra Bland case, we're not fine. We're not fine anymore. Especially like if you're not out in the open, you don't know what goes behind a police office doors.
You don't.
Let's
not forget about Oscar Grant.
Oh.
If you ever seen Fruitvale Station, if you haven't seen it, I advise you to go buy it on DVD, see it on Netflix. That movie is a great movie. Mm-hmm. But this is like, the police officer shooting him in the back and saying that he reached for the gun and shot himself.
Yeah.
How does a black person reach for a gun if they ain't handcuffed
and
shoot themselves?
Evidence.
Exactly.
Like all these movies about African American men dying at a young age. Oscar Grant had a daughter, Tiana, who was a little kid at the time. And, a little kid doesn't know what's going on or what happened to their father unless a mother or a relative, sits them down, talk about it. Like I said, it doesn't matter. A parent shouldn't have to bury their kid, and a kid shouldn't have to lose their father because the society is messed up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And, it's not right for any day and age for this to keep going on. Like police killing African American men, beating them for what? You're supposed to protect us, not do all this stuff, not kill black people, not beat them to the ground. And
you're supposed to be helping us, not killing us. You're supposed to be how can I put this? Not like our friend, but the person we could turn to. But now we can't turn to you because what do? You want to beat us down, you want to kill us, and all this.
First place, personally. But.
And then you think you'd be safe in church, but. No.
That didn't happen.
No.
For all of you guys who haven't heard or, who haven't watched the news. But, yes, a shooting did take place in a church. And it caused 9 people. Yeah, 9 people's lives. And that's 9 people's families you have to think about that lost loved ones. Mm-hmm. And then my church lady's daughter ended up dying. For being, dying. Well, she worked as a police officer or whatever, but she died too. And it just amazes me how we're really careless as a society. It doesn't surprise me that we don't work together as a whole, as America, like we should. But things like this. You wonder why we're afraid to bring kids into this world. Mm-hmm. You're afraid why people are the way they are. Mm-hmm. Why you have mothers babying their kids. Why you have fathers, looking out for them. As most fathers will not stick around because most guys don't have that father figure in their life. Or, their daughter does not have a father figure in us because they walk out at a young age. To me, this society as a whole, we need to work on a lot of things. And one of these things is to make sure that, these African American boys and girls don't die young. I mean, it's hard. And, when you have kids 10, 12 years from now, you're going to wonder, where they are, what they're going to do. I mean, it's just so much that we have to think about.
And we have to prepare our kids, from the past things and trying to make sure they don't happen in the future. Like, you gotta tell your kids about every single case. Even if you have to
take them to the library,
sit down, pull it up on the internet, tell them what happened,
take them to the museum.
Take them to the museum. And there's a museum in Greensboro, there's a museum in Atlanta, there's museums all over the world.
Yeah. But to me, if you want to make a change, it starts with you. Yes. If you wanna be a voice, then be a voice. Don't be afraid to speak up for things you want to change. If you want to stop bullying in your school, in your neighborhood, then start that anti-bullying campaign. I mean, it starts with you. I mean, yes, you're going to get knocked down. Yes, you're going to have parts of people, would give up. But
you may have people even talk about you, but that's all right. You got to make that change.
To me, don't worry what other people think. Unless it comes from your family, then that's fine. But if they're not your family, they're not your best friend, they're not your sister, then their opinion doesn't matter. The opinions that matter are the people that you let in, the people that know you the most, and the people that love you. Mm-hmm. If they love you, they won't tear you down. If they do tear you down, then they're not there for you. They're not the support group you need. So what we're saying is, it's time to stand up. It's time to come together as America, and it's time for us to make a voice, to be able to, be able to have boys walk down the street without being hunted, without being shot down,
or without women or girls
being killed in jail. I mean, who knows? We don't know what story will be next. Mm-hmm. But
we're praying that nothing else will happen, that we will have a good rest of the year and have a good new coming year. I'm praying that when 2016 hit, that we won't have any problems.
Yes, and as Obama comes out of the White House, we hope our next president
will have a lot of common sense like President Obama has.
Yes. And especially as the First Lady Michelle Obama.
I love First Lady Michelle. She does things for children. She cares about everybody.
Obese. Yeah. Yes. Eating healthy. Eating healthy. If you have never visited the White House, I tell you, go visit it. Go to DC. Go experience the White House. Go have fun. Tour DC. You will love the museums. You will love the World War II, memorial. Go experience it. Go to Martin Luther King Memorial. You will love it if you've never been to DC. DC is a historic place. Everywhere you go has an historic place. It just requires you to explore it if you want to. But don't wait to make a change. Don't wait to have a voice. Do that as soon as you can. And it can start your freshman year in high school. If you want to,
or it can start when you're in middle school.
Or elementary, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you. But if you see someone being bullied, if you're seeing something is wrong, don't let it escalate into something bigger. Because like I said in the other video, the life you save can be yours or it can be someone else's. And you never know. Yeah. So don't let it be your friend that ends up dying because you went along with whatever happened. All these bullying movies, all these movies you see, pay attention to it because they have a lesson in it.
They're real. They're not fake. Real.
Yeah. And you never know. It may be your sister. It may be your brother. And like I said before, nothing is more wrong than if you let it escalate into something bigger than it should be. And if you are a parent, please monitor your child. Please, I don't care if you have to take away their cell phone at a certain time. But please, if your kid has a cell phone or their friend sends out something like a photo, that'd be like a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But if there does ever happen and they get the photo, please don't be that parent that takes the child's phone and then, escalate it into something where you send that, that photo around school because you may hate that child. Don't do that because you're not a parent. You're being a bad role model, and that's not right. So, the end of all this short is make right decisions. Stand by your parents. Follow their rules. When you get to college, you're on your own, as you can see.
But you still have to make sure that you that you make the right decisions. Otherwise, you're going to fall into a bad position that you really don't want to be in. And you might not be able to get yourself out of it.
Preach. So yes, take it for 3 new coming freshmen in Bennett College. And if you ever want to come to Bennett College,
come on up here.
Come to Greensboro.
And just talk to us 3.
Yeah.
We're still going to be here.
The ambassador. So.
Yes, we become student ambassadors. And yes, I'll be making an anti-bullying campaign. But if you...
President, vice president.
Yes.
Secretary.
Sure. Yes. So if you ever feel like you ever want to call or, email, when we put this up, you can inbox me and, we'll, try to, give our information out. Mm-hmm. but I'm not gonna give it out to stalkers. I'm just saying like that.
I'm just gonna give y'all my email, not my phone.
Right, our email.
Yeah.
That you can do it.
Okay.
And if you want to webcam about a certain situation, then yes, we'll make time for it. But this is why we're starting this. To hear what you guys have to say about all the situations. We're not gonna only do it on bullying and things like that. We're gonna do it on different topics. Like sexting. Let's say, what else?
To be honest, I really don't know. Just bullying and that. To be honest.
Or just like girl stuff, like
yes, girl stuff. Yes. And next time you're probably gonna have to do it. It's gonna have a talk about if you meet a guy, please don't sleep with him on the first day.
Yeah.
That would be our next topic, but that'll probably be for another day.
Yeah, but in closing, like the late King of Pop, Michael Joseph Jackson, once sung, make that change.
Yes.
Because you're really starting with the man or woman in the mirror.
Yes. So once again, I'm Renee.
I'm Courtney.
I'm Randi.
And we love you and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.